Balikbayan is a special word among Filipinos, means homecoming. As a Balikbayan, I look forward to the happy reunions, the giving of presents and sharing of stories. This is a special time, more so this time, because I'm taking my husband Eric to see my homeland. In Yellows, we come to pay tribute to our sunny country, to the happy, hospitable people, to the love of freedom symbolized by Cory Aquino's yellow, colorful, people power, and to the yellow and white bannered University of Santo Tomas that showed me the light of learning. My journey in Eric is in 4 parts.
With Vilma's sister Eve and her family, we rent a van with a driver.
4 hours from Manila, we approach my hometown, Banaue, where I took roots. Here, the big house that my dad built was destroyed by the 1990 quake. My cousin Sufing built a small one in its place.
As I look inside a classroom, I hear a chorus of 2nd graders politely rising and saying, "Good afternoon, sir. Please sit down."
The plaza is called Imelda Gardens. Next to it is the auditorium where I played in pageants Dad wrote for the town fiesta. Across the street is the church that my dad built. When the church tolls the Angelus, everyone, even the cars, stop to pray. Later, my dad, the engineer, was assigned the Masalip River irrigation project. We lived upstairs, had 2 stories then, in this government office building with all those eligible engineers, but I was only 12. My mom would take me to market, first to the fish row. We'd also find a seaweed called ararosip for salad. Then to the pork tables. My favorite part was buying rice cakes. Their puto is the best by far.
I find what I like, pineapple, but the fragrant sweet yellow mango is now my favorite.
Here's the black sandy beach of Banaue, where my Auntie Mimay would take me to inhale the ocean breeze when I had a cold. There's lots of seaside accommodations here, like sun and sand in nearby Caba. We'll settle here for the night. We take a nap in the hammock before we go for a swim in the China Sea. As I walk in my yellow shorts, a school kid shouts, "Americana," thinking I'm an American. Boy, is she surprised when I speak her dialect, Ilocano.
We reach Laoag, Ilocos Norte. We enter the mansion-like home of Auntie Jo. She worked in Berkeley, California, then came home to roost. I remember with fondness our discussions in philosophy. With a PhD in education, she wants to keep her mind active by teaching preschool kids free of charge. Aunts Paz and Lil help out. Today, Auntie Jo welcomes us with our favorite food, lechon, or roast pig. She invites the teachers for her 80th birthday party.
This was built by Marcos during his presidency. This is Imelda's room. But where are her shoes? This large room is the ballroom. It's furnished in old colonial style, reminiscent of the Maria Clara days. This is the Maria Clara costume. Nearby is the Poway Church. This beautiful historical building is a favorite of artists.
Back to the house, we pass the time under the mango tree. I prefer to be in the hammock lulled by Debbie, or sit lazily in the tricycle as Debbie pedals me around. To nowhere. But you can't get me to catch a goose, let alone dress it. Vilma volunteers to dress the goose, remembering what her mom taught her as a child. Tonight, what do we have for dinner? Roast goose.
Yum. Today, we head for the famous beach, Pagudpud. My sister Eve buys fish called danggit. Aunties Lil and Paz barbecue them in the rain.
Vilma and I take a walk on the white shores. In the rain.
In this city of flowers, we visit the botanical garden where we see indigenous Igorots, the mountain people. The men, like this one here, wear G-strings. The big event is the yearly flower festival. While waiting for the parade, let's go to market.
Everywhere I see this sign, Super Manok, or chicken. And I want that Super Manok roasting on a spit.
After 3 hours of standing and waiting, here comes the parade.
Let's see the sights around Manila. So on to Villa Escudero Laguna at dawn to comply with alternating plate number regulations to ease traffic.
We enter in a Carabao-driven carriage while being serenaded with Filipino haranas and balitaos. The road is lined with yellow bells and the showy caballeros. On a sunny day, you dine by the waterfall with your feet in the water. Today, we partake of the indoor buffet, but dine sitting by the lake.
In the afternoon, we stop at nearby Hidden Valley Resort. What a place of natural beauty. In this paradise, you'd see a water nymph peeking from the lush foliage. If you beckon her, she might join you. She joins me where the pools are warm and soothing. Here we are, singing in the rain.
Today, Lourdes, a family member, takes us to Sonia's garden. It's a place to have a quiet time among the flowers and a nice quiet meal. With a seduction corner where men propose to their girl.
Weddings take place here too.
But that looks like a honeymoon to me. Shoes? Did you say shoes? We're in Marikina, the shoemaking area. What comes to mind when you hear shoes? Imelda Marcos. Here she is, happy to see her shoes on display again. I love the rainbow colors. Her disco shoes have flickering lights. This is only a portion of the 3,000 pairs, mostly gifts in her heyday.
And what are the good places to eat?
Kamayan.
It has a long array of exotic dishes. Kamayan means eat with your hands, but I haven't mastered the art as well as Vilma has. However, I got my first taste of balut, egg with duck embryo. It's party time among Vilma's college friends, all chemists. What a pleasant surprise. The Manila ladies are hosting a Fiesta Filipina with everyone in Filipino attire.
Here are the dancing chemists poised to dance the pandango. And here's Mirawan, the social butterfly who surprises us by inviting our professors. Our strict professor in physical chemistry, Mr. Pangan, is now our friend. He just turned 80. Here's Mr. and Mrs. Tirol. In their classes, lots of tears were shed in Quali and Quantichem. There's Tessie, our gracious hostess. She hired DIs for dancing enjoyment. My classmates' hospitality inspires me to continue writing my yearly newsletter called Only Connect that we're putting together here. Today is the big day. We gather at campus and do a nostalgic walk from the UST chapel to the high school, boys and girls together. That's a no-no in our school days. Ben recalls, over there, we'd wait to catch a glimpse of the girl of our fancy coming out of class. An alumni homecoming banner heightens the purpose of our visit.
The evening comes for the grand reunion at Manila Hotel.
The California girls, Linda, Helen, Coratanega, mingle with the Manila girls, Agnes, Tish, the valedictorian, and Cora Zarsadias. After 40 years, Tish and Cora Zarsadias look the same, including their hairstyles. And there's the ever-present Mirawan, who's always ready to tie loose ends. I socialize with my classmates Edna, Evelyn, Rosario, and Rochi.
The U.S. boys congregate with the Manila boys. Old habits die hard, I say, as I observe the segregation of the girls and the boys. However, a handful of them, Joe Maldiare and Sonny Tanhuacchio and company, assert they are gynophiles or women lovers and talk to the girls.
Atta boys! Our batch 61 is the most represented alumni, 60 out of 600 attendees. Congratulations to the star alumni and awardees of batch 61, Linda Co, Sarno, Denny Roja, Alex Costales. I am proud to walk among the rich and famous. The night is young and the hard DIs are impatiently at bay. They're terrific dancers, but our boys are great too. But can one evening hold all the pent-up eagerness to reconnect? The very next night, the Manila batch hosts a repeat party to the US batch at La Bodega. Yes, the magic of UST High lives again. Nobody wants to leave. The lively evening crescendos to a train dance. I join in the dance frenzy in complete abandon with a young high school heart. So we fly to the fabled island of Palawan.
We take a boat to our island paradise called Dos Palmas. We disembark to the sound of gongs and to a welcome drink of Guyabano grenadine. How excited to live in a cottage on stilts.
Jinx and Josie couldn't help throwing a line in. It's an easy catch because these yellowfishes come in droves. While Linda pumps herself up before jumping into the spa. and Vilma wanders around composing scenes with her camera. Tonight, we dine under the stars.
In the morning, we indulge in water activities. The boat drops us in one of the thatched cottages behind us for snorkeling. Vilma enjoys her first time snorkeling.
Some yellow corals. Look, some yellow fishes among the corals. June and Ed prefer to snorkel above water, looking at girls. While Denny and Jinx keep their schoolboy complexion by sunbathing in the shade.
Our boat takes us to this tiny island. Vilma checks out her favorite fruit, mangoes, while Helen checks to see how big the fishes are that Danny brings that the catering boys are grilling.
The fishes are extra large, fresh, and delicious. Thank you, Danny.
Everybody leaves, but Vilma and I are staying another day. What do? Nothing but lay on the grass drinking sweet coconut water. Look at this coconut, it's a work of art.
We walk around the island checking out for indigenous flora and fauna. The bear cat, the pandan tree, bearing yellow-orange fruit that seems to be lit from inside. Reluctantly, we leave our house on stilts on our tropical paradise. But there are other islands to explore.
For Vilma and I, this is the third leg of our trip. We're going to the Visayas on our own without the big high school group.
We fly into Cebu to catch up with my two classmates at the waterfront hotel that looks like a castle. What a nice ambiance. The serving ladies look elegant in their yellow kimono. Cebu is a stark contrast to the calm natural beauty of those Palmas, but it has its own charm. It's laden with historic ruins and colonial houses. Magellan landed in the Philippines in 1521, and the Cross of Magellan marks the spot. Spain's great gift to the Filipinos is Christianity. This is the battle scene with the Datu or chief Lapu-Lapu delivering the death blow to Magellan. Lapu-Lapu is a popular fish here, and there are many varieties. But I opt for the fresh crab and Eric, the live lobster.
The four of us, Cora, Pura, Vilma, and I, moved to the next island, to Boracay, a must to see. The white sandy shores are eye-catching even from a distance.
The sand is white and superfine like granulated sugar, and there's not a single rock to hurt your feet. The water is warm and inviting. And the afternoon passes by unnoticed as we lay in our watery bed. We hire a boat to explore the other end and stop for snorkeling. In the wooded park, one yellow tree glows. This is Boracay Terraces.
For a break, we eat halo-halo, a favorite dessert of fruits, beans, shaved ice, and sweet milk. Masarap! And we take a walk on a cloud of sugar-fine sand that sets Boracay apart from other resorts.
For the third time, we come home to Manila with its jeepneys. Billboards gape at us in a mixture of Tagalog and English. We call it Taglish. Filipinos are bilingual, thanks to the 50-year American rule. We're on the fourth leg of our journey to Banaue. Halfway there, we stopped to visit my classmate in Nueva Ecija, the rice granary of the country. Lolit gives us the usual Filipino hospitality, giving us meals and lodging. And the most interesting is the tour of her rice mill.
Banaue at last. It is a 10-hour trip to the Cordillera Mountains. Banaue Hotel is our home for the night. It is beautifully and fittingly decorated with the Ifugao house around a rice theme. The dining room shines with yellow tablecloth and napkins. It echoes the yellow village we see from the breakfast window. We're going to trek to that Poitan village.
The natives from the province of Ifugao have created a masterpiece of great beauty and of agricultural feat without the use of machinery. What looks like bright green grass are rice seedlings ready for transplanting. Our trek begins to the Poitan village. Now and then we hear a friendly hello from a kid who's eager to practice her English. The lower we descend, the more scenic it gets, and the more I dread the thought of going back up. This is our prize, the beautiful cluster of yellow houses.
Our last stop at the viewpoint is the crowning glory of our trip. We see a whole mountainside carved laboriously into a scenic stairway to heaven. You can see the ingenious irrigation system, with the water gushing out of one terrace and into the next. Known as the eighth wonder of the world, the Banaue rice terraces are indeed a thing of beauty and a joy forever.
Likewise, my homecoming with Eric to the Philippines, with all the warmth and hospitality we enjoyed, will remain a cherished memory forever.